Hey y'all. Welcome back. Episode 5 of season 4. I'm back for the first time in a couple of weeks. I know last episode Cyrus joined. I cannot wait to listen to that one. So whenever that comes out, Andrew, maybe by this weekend, that'd be great. If it's not already out. Um, but guys, it's gonna be a quick episode this week. Um, it's Christmas time, holiday season. None of us have a life besides eating too much food. Um, so it'll be a quick episode, but we want us to come on, say hi to everybody, and we'll go from there.
Yes,
So
yes, absolutely. My gosh. How was your Christmas?
very good, dude. It was very low key, which was nice. It was just in the morning, it was just Ashley, Luca, and myself, and then my parents came down for a couple hours, and my grandparents were going to my parents' house, and so they went back to their house. The rest of the day was just Ashley and I and Luca were hanging out, which was
Nice.
great. How about yours? I saw all your pictures, so it looks like a packed Cueva household.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everybody that my parents invited came out. So everybody came over to eat lunch. And then the nighttime was just us. So just pretty much relaxed. And then I was off from the full-time job. I worked a
Oh,
part-time job today, which is cool. And then I just pretty much just chilled for the day. So that's pretty much all I did. And yeah, now we're here recording to just make sure that we're like still doing it because people are like, "Yo, I haven't seen your podcast in a while. Did you guys just like stop?" And I'm like, life be lifing
no,
sometime.
we have a producer that is a college kid that actually is also working like 60 hours a week, so he doesn't have the time to always get stuff out.
Yeah, so hopefully, I don't even know what the last episode that we have that is like out. So I just hope that I can even look at because I don't even know what content I'm creating because I don't even know where we are on the
Uh,
totem pole with episodes.
let's see why you say that. Let's just
Oh man,
pull up
I'm looking
my
large and in charge. I gotta like make sure I like eat a little less this week,
all
but
right.
I think that's gonna happen because it's New Year's coming up after.
So the last episode that came out was episode 3, The Climb is No More. So the one you did with Cyrus is not out yet. So
Okay. Was there one before that or
no,
no?
the Climb is No More was episode 3. So,
Okay. Sheesh,
but
that's a long time.
yeah, I know. So Andrew, I will see you Saturday. So I'll make sure that episode goes out hopefully by Saturday, and then this episode goes out by midweek next week, and get
Fingers
back on
crossed.
our normal gambit of every episode's out every single week that we record. That is the idea. So we'll get there eventually, I promise.
Hmm.
Um, but let's just talk about the best part of our Christmases was, well, besides spending time with family and friends and all that, is the jerseys.
Oh yes. Go ahead. You go
Because
first.
Kevin, you knocked this shit out of the park, bro.
Nah.
Oh, dude, I opened this up yesterday and I was literally jaw hit the floor. So if y'all didn't know, and if, I think we mentioned it in one of the podcasts, but we were doing a jersey exchange this year for the Manny Amusing Boys. And lo and behold, of course, I'm going to throw him on the bus again. Andrews are still MIA somewhere in China, maybe over the, you know, Pacific Ocean or in a cargo ship. I don't know.
Hopefully they
Um,
didn't get taken by customs.
that, that was the concern last year.
Yes. And
But
at least we got them in March, which was cool.
yeah, so it might be the same thing again. He might have them when I see him this weekend. I don't know. But Kevin and I were able to get our stuff over to each other, which was great. But Kevin, this jersey, and he got me two. I'm only wearing one right now, and this is probably one of the best jerseys I've ever owned in my life. But we got the original Raptors logo in white, Vince Carter,
Yes.
dude, unreal, straight up. I don't know how you even pulled this off.
So it's funny that this is why I wanted to have us on the podcast though, because so that your jersey that you're currently wearing was not in the cards or the plans at all. So I'll tell you about the plan. So my inspiration for the jerseys, and you'll find out what Andrew has hopefully whenever we see him again on here. But I wanted the theme to be like I give them like a throwback player of somebody from some of their favorite teams, and then maybe something like current. So for Andrew, I was originally gonna get him like a Wyoming Josh Allen jersey.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
And it was like I got it was for a good price. Like so one of the person that what offered me like a really good deal on it when I like said I liked it. As I was about to pay, on like the suggestion screen was this cool hockey jersey for him. And I was like, you know what? Let me just I'll get the hockey jersey. I could probably just get Josh Allen's jersey whenever. So I got him the hockey jersey, and the other jersey you'll find out I you'll find out hopefully he wears it on another episode. So I don't want to spoil it. But I was originally gonna get you something similar for your football team, where I'd get you a current player and a past player, because I remember you said in the past that you had some jerseys, but then they were like extra too big, so you gave it away. So I was like, let me see if I can channel one of those old jerseys back. Then literally in the last hour, I saw like like on eBay they give you like like
Yeah.
jerseys that like you might enjoy. First up came up a North Carolina jersey, not the one that you have, but another North Carolina jersey. Was like, oh man, I feel like that would be super cool. So I actually had that in a cart. I'm literally about to check out, and then I get an email from Mitchell and Ness that they had an incredible deal for the holiday season.
Yeah.
The minute I had that hit that, I was like, you know what? Let me just browse. Was browsing for myself. And then as I was browsing for myself, I ended up upon the jersey that you're wearing, and then the button clicked. Oh my God. Let me see what the numbers are. So I put yours in the cart first, and then I put the second jersey that you have, which I won't say. I
Yep.
will
Yep.
have you reveal it on another episode. But I saw that, and then right as I add that to my liked and favorite list, whoever the owner of that jersey was gave me an offer that like I just couldn't refuse. And I was like, you know what? Boom, that's it. That's what we're going with. And we're gonna go to it. And then that's where your jerseys came from. So that was the theme. So that was your jersey was a complete 11th hour decision
I love
than
it.
what I originally anticipated.
I love it. Seriously.
No, yeah, it looks great on you.
It's a great jersey. It's
Yes.
literally one.
There were other jerseys that were in the mix and in the running, but unfortunately, they only had either smalls or triple XLs. And I'm like,
True.
well, I was like, maybe what if I just get him the triple XL, and then he can display it in his office, put it in a frame or something. But then I was like, that's fucking no fun. So I was like, let me go with the Vince Carter, because we always talk about how you enjoy the Raptors. So I was like,
Yeah.
rock it
The
out.
Raptors logo and the Memphis Grizzlies logos are the original, sorry, Vancouver Grizzly logo is
Yes,
probably the best.
top tier.
Um, so Andrews for me was he'll wear it, but it's you know I got him a Worcester Woo Sox jersey.
Oh,
So
that's
I got
fire.
that. Today I'm flipping through, and all of a sudden this site comes up. It's called Banner 18. This guy
Oh,
makes custom jerseys.
okay.
Like some of these are dope.
Oh, that's fun.
So I'm like, if I had seen this before, I would have gotten Andrew one of these. Like these are cool
And you can even
jerseys
like
that
maybe
this
customize it.
yeah. So maybe in the future. But now walk us through what you got.
Oh, yes. So I'm currently wearing a Kannapolis Cannonballers minor league baseball jersey from Merritt. Thank you, sir. I'm also wearing my Violet Strong wristband that I'm currently wearing. Shout out to Lauren. Your daughter's fighting out here. We love you out here.
Mhm.
And then also under this is, I'm just gonna go through all the apparel. I got this awesome Owen Hart t-shirt that I found online. that I got for Black Friday. So I'm just wearing all the goods today. But this Kannapolis Cannonballer, shout out to Vince. I'm pretty sure this is the minor league team that he works for, right?
Yep. Yep.
So shout out, we're gonna support him and rock this Kannapolis jersey. This will be fun to wear during the summertime as a little base layer. And but you know what I was thinking? But after you saw I know your theme was minor league baseball, WV and pop, which I also have a Let's Go Mountaineers thing that is
Hmm.
hanging out by our piano. And then I
Nice.
have my Stone Cold Steve Austin pop hanging by our piano for right now. Um, but
He's
you know
trying
what?
to learn how to play.
If you were to find like a random Jersey minor league team, that would have been so lit.
So the thing is, so I was going through and right when we said jerseys, I was like, I went baseball or I'm sorry, I went basketball and I was like, you know what? Basketball jerseys are hit or miss. Just because, I'm like, I could get Kevin a Knicks jersey, but like, I'm like, he has so many Knicks, like all these players. So I'm like, I want to go something different. Well, I went through like the MILB's website to find like some of the cooler jerseys,
Yeah.
and some are really cool. Like the Manchester Fisher Cats do a chicken finger night, so their
Oh, great.
jerseys like chicken fingers and stuff. One of the New York Yankees teams had like Scooby Doo themes, but they weren't for
Oh, it's fun.
sale. So I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
annoying.
I'm like, so I want to find something fun, but also at the same time, I started going, you know what? If I get something that's super ridiculously outrageous, how likely would they actually wear it? So
Hmm.
that's where it was a tough go between. I was like, but I know, I was like, I could go with the Cannonballers because we both talked. We had someone on from there. I
That's
think that'd
right.
be a dope one to wear. And then Andrew getting the Woo Sox. I was like, it makes sense. He's in Worcester. He can
Yeah.
go to the games. He's got a jersey. So it was one of those where it's like back and forth of, does this work? Would they wear it? And like,
Hmm.
'cause some of these jerseys, are so far out of left and right field
Oh, I bet.
that it's ridiculous. Like one of them looked like I think it's a Yankees minor league team, but they're the Patriots.
Oh.
And
Oh, are you talking about Somerset Patriots?
yeah, and like their one of their jerseys was so ridiculous. I was like, I couldn't even fathom wearing it. I'm like, I don't know if
Oh
Kevin
man.
would
Now
wear.
I want to go see if I can find it.
Dude, there's some of them. I wish they had more of like the Star Wars themes out there for sale because I would have gotten
Okay.
something like that because those were pretty cool. But
Okay.
yeah,
All right, let's see what they got. Oh my God, there's this Marvel's Defenders of the Diamond adult replica. That is wild.
dude, it literally,
Somerset Patriots. They sell blank Yankees jerseys on this website.
yeah, some of them sold like
Fancy.
everything.
I love that. All right. But
But
I
like,
love this. This is a fun jersey. Like I will definitely wear this during the summer.
so I just went on the minor league baseball store.
Uh-huh.
The first one that comes up is the Binghamton Rumble Ponies, and it's Scooby Doo.
Oh my God, let me see.
Like,
Bingham. Oh my God, Binghamton Rumble Ponies. The fact that that's a name is freaking incredible.
some of them are really cool. So like, that
All
was
right,
part of it. I
Rumble
almost,
Ponies team store.
do you
Let's see.
remember in Doc's class we had to do a thing about the Toledo Mud Hens?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
I found their jerseys. I almost got you that just
Oh my
to
God.
literally go back in time.
Let's see. Jersey. Let's see which ones they are. Well, they have a hockey jersey.
Oh,
That's pretty cool. Men. That's just not the greatest type of like the website's a little confusing.
yeah. Some of them are good websites. Boomer, stop. Hey,
Yeah,
dog.
boomer.
Dog is licking his dang paw off. Um, some like were super good websites. Like the better the team or the higher the organization, the
Hmm.
better. The lower tier teams, yeah, not so
Not
good.
the best.
No. But like some of them are really fun looking jerseys. Like Somerset Patriots has a jersey that's Jersey Diners. So
Oh,
it's like
that's
the old
cool.
school, like blue with a jersey, like a diner on it and everything.
I love
So
that.
it is like the minor league jerseys have fun with it, which is great. Um, if we do the jerseys again next year, I have an idea of what I want to do,
Hmm.
but that's a year away. So we have plenty of time to figure that out. But
Plenty of time to think about that for sure.
yeah, I might stick with the jersey, the baseball jersey, and just be like, yeah, we are going
You're just gonna load me up
total,
on baseball
total,
jerseys.
total. Well, to me, I love wearing baseball jersey during the summer because you can put a tank top on underneath
Yeah.
and then have a jersey on and you be comfortable and then
Mhm.
cover up and be good to go. But some of them, I might just be like, all right, we're just going to do something ridiculous.
Yeah. But this was fun. I dig it. It's white. I'm just scared if I like tan when I get darker and then like if it might rub off on the white. But we're gonna work it out. But I dig it. I like it a lot. The little cannonball guy.
I don't know. There's a couple, and the white one was probably the best out of them all. I think,
It,
yeah, I think a red one, I think a silverish one. I was like, yeah, the white just kind of is too nice, um, in my opinion. But yes, that's where we're at. Let's talk real quick. I know, you guys probably touched upon it, um, with the whole Rich Rod thing. He's been what coach for now 2 weeks.
Hmm.
Um, he was at the bowl game, watched the bowl game from the sideline. From everything that I've read, is that Blaine Stewart and Chad Scott are potentially the only two that are staying on his staff.
They are the only two.
They are okay. I wasn't sure if Marshall was going to because he used to coach. He was coached by Rich Rod.
Hmm.
So he may.
Oh, Rashid. I think Rashid. What's his name? Is it Rashid Marshall?
I think it's Rasheed Marshall.
Yeah. I believe he's doing something on like the recruiting side.
Okay, perfect. Because I know they did a whole video with him going in and seeing Rich Rod, so it would be kind of weird if like he was like, "Oh, you're gone." Um, but that's good. I like that they kept those guys around.
Oh yeah.
Um, everyone else, bye-bye. Um, biggest
Yeah.
news for what really the biggest news is they've got one of the best cornerback coming in. They got some guys from Ohio State coming, all these other things.
They
So
got a guy from Ohio State. When did that happen?
he used to, so they got two wide receivers, and I believe both of them were from West Virginia. One's
Yes, they
went
played for him at Jacksonville State,
one,
right?
so one may have. The other one was at Ohio State. And he was like the best wide receiver. He got like the whatever they have in more West Virginia for best wide receiver.
Okay,
He
let's
had
see.
won it. So you had that. You got a good tight end. So they're rebuilding. There's potential for quarterback from what I've read as well. Um, but really the biggest shock to me was CJ Donaldson going to the Ohio State,
Yeah, that
which
one is pretty wild.
that I didn't see coming because they may lose their coach.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh, I found the list of
all right,
people who have committed to
let's
us
see.
so far as of today. So we have Oren Singleton,
Yep.
wide receiver from Eastern Michigan,
Okay.
3-star. He's got 1 year left. The first player to commit to us was from South Alabama,
Yeah, that
defensive
was the
back
corner.
Jordan Scruggs. Now we got the two guys from Martinsburg, West Virginia, who played for Rich Rod at Jacksonville State, which is tight end Jacob Barrick and wide receiver Jared Bowie. And a fun name that we recruited, a junior interior lineman by the name of Walter Youngbear. Now, if you
Oh,
put that on a jersey for an NIL, that is a number one jersey to buy right there because it's
Young Bear.
literally Young Bear.
I like that name.
Yeah,
I like it.
he played 4 seasons at Tulsa
Okay.
and played 10 games each year. stands at 6'3", 312 pounds for a starting spot on the offensive line, which is really, really cool. If they do NIL jerseys, Merritt, I
They
think I
some
would.
I think they
They do
do.
on Fanatics.
Yeah,
So if I could get me a Walter Young Bear jersey, maybe I'll do it. I think that would just be really damn fun
that would
to
be
have.
awesome. The one
But
player I
that's all
re
we have right now.
the one player I hope that comes back is Hudson.
I don't know, man. These guys, they enter the transfer portal seeing what they can get, but who knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I know. What also did you hear about we'll just jump ship here from West Virginia, but to go to Miami. Um, their basketball coach quit
Yeah, pretty
and
much due to NIL.
he goes, we go to the Final Four and I have 8 players that come and tell me that they're leaving. What, what am I supposed to do? And since 2020, the ACC has had 6 coaches retire or leave their programs due to NIL, and they have over 30 appearances in the tournament as well as 10 national championships.
Yeah.
That I've said it 1,000 times. The NIL is great, but it also screws up everything about college sports. So,
It really does. It's um kind of sad because I was reading about like what he said, and he's like, what I'm doing right now isn't recruiting students anymore. It's all turned professional,
mhm.
which at the end of the day, he's kind of right because all these guys, I forgot who brought it up to me. I was just, kind of like water cooler talk at the gym, but it's pretty much like no one's building like uh programs anymore. They're building teams.
Yeah,
And like they're just trying to pay these guys to just, you know, play for them.
but you're only building a team for a year.
Yeah.
So it's not like a professional team where, yes, you have guys that you sign to a 1 year contract, but majority of your players are there for 2, 3, 4, 5+ years. Here, you only have a guy maybe there for a year. And we saw it this year in college football where players were saying, you know what, screw it, I'm taking a red shirt and I'm transferring out. It's like people are leaving because they don't touch the ball, that they don't want to sit and get better. They
Mhm.
just want to get the instant gratification. And I'm sorry, you don't get that.
Yeah.
Work your ass off like some of these other players.
Man, but that's the thing though, is like this is a different generation that like they've like now grown up into knowing that like this is a possibility. And I don't know what it's gonna take for people to stay. Is it like are they willing to win? I mean, I feel like if you're like the average college student, not opposed to like your superstar players, but like if
Yep.
you're the average college student, you probably I would think most of you guys would probably want to stay as long as you can because it's probably where you're going to be able to capitalize on making the most money if you're not
Hmm.
going to go pro. If you're smart with your
Yeah.
money, you make it all in the 4, maybe 5 years that you're playing in college, and then you move on and you start really, really well, put some extra money in your pocket that like
Yeah.
most 22-year-olds that graduate college, like us, didn't
Don't
have.
have. If
Um,
you can walk out, if you're a normal college football player or athlete, and you can walk out, say you have $50,000 in your bank account, $100,000. You didn't get a bunch of NIL, whatever. You're better off than 90% of the college kids that walk out at the end of the day.
oh
You got a
yeah.
free education, you got
Hmm.
this out of it. Like, good for you guys. But like the whole thing of watching these guys go and be like, well, I want millions of dollars. Like, bro, no. Like the Florida kid, I want to play more. I want guaranteed this much money every month. That it's like,
Yeah.
uh, no, you don't write the rules. And that's the problem with NIL is that they're allowing these kids to write rules that they don't understand.
And that's why it'll be good when schools go under a salary cap soon, so that they know like they can't be spending out the wazoo like some of these other schools be so to make it an even playing field. I'm
Yep.
just reading since we're
They're cut.
talking about uh University of Miami. He pretty much just said it was time, more than 50 years in college, that it was time, and that he felt that he couldn't successfully, quoting, successfully navigate this whole new world that I was dealing with. And then it goes on to him, like you just said, after they went to the Final Four in 2023, 8 players wanted to transfer or seek better NIL deals, which to me, I think is actually kind of wild because you just made it to the Final Four for the U. Like the U is
Yeah,
no cakewalk of a school or like a there's nothing wrong with the U's got money. Like think about
yeah.
people that come out of there. Like if they wanted more money, I'm pretty sure they can get it from the U. Or how much more could they possibly get from somewhere else?
And the simple fact that you're giving these kids that much and they're like, no, I want more. It's like, you guys got to understand, like, the pot ain't big enough for everybody to get
Yeah,
$1 million. The pot's big enough for truly everyone to get 50,000 bucks. That's what it should have been.
yeah.
And hopefully one day they can figure out how to cap it. Like I know for next year, college football teams usually have 120 to 135 players on the roster.
I think that's
Typically,
cut down, right?
it's going down to 105.
Ooh.
So you're losing 20 to 30 spots depending upon your program. So now you're going to really have to be focused in. And I guess coaches that are on teams where, they're in the college playoffs, they're going to the players and saying, look, you're not going to be on the top 105 in my team next year. I want you to transfer out and go somewhere where you will be
Mm-hmm.
because you're not guaranteed a spot anymore. And that's horrible. Like these kids have worked their butt off and they got a scholarship or they walked on and get a scholarship and now you're telling me that they can't be there.
Yeah.
NCAA
Uh,
screwed themselves.
the only good thing is so those teams that are have new coaches and such, they're kind of lucking out in a sense because you have most of those players possibly are going to transfer. So that
Hmm.
will kind of cut your roster in half right there. And then now, in general, you normally have a good dozen or so that transfer out and then add in the seniors that are leaving. So, you know, if you're looking at it from our perspective for as a WV fan, yes, we're losing all these players, but we're getting down to a 105 a lot quicker than that we could. So we don't
Yep.
have to worry about it anymore. And then, you know, I'm assuming that we'll probably weed out more players as the time goes on. I think we have like 11 or so players that have already put themselves in the portal.
Yeah, and I just saw there might be a couple more that are gonna put their name in, which is fine. And we've had what 4 or 5 guys say they're going to the draft.
Yep.
Um, so let's just say round it up to an even 20.
Yep.
Okay. We're getting
Maybe an additional 5 to 10, just ones that we don't know about.
yep.
Uh,
And then take out that we what have 10 kids coming in from high school, 10,
is
12,
it 10?
13.
I thought it was like
Mhm.
a 18.
Okay, so say 18 kids, right?
Yeah.
Come in. All right, so we still got to cut the roster a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not gonna get rid of everyone. You're gonna redshirt some of them so they won't count towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they create a practice squad. I don't know how that works, and they go to that. And then
I mean,
next the
if there probably some of them you're gonna obviously get walk-ons that go on the
yeah,
team too.
so it'll be interesting for sure. But I'm excited to see if what we can do. I know basketball is doing well. They're 9-2. They don't have a game
Until New Year's Eve.
till New Year's Eve. No, New Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
New Year's Eve. It's
New
against
Year's Eve.
Kansas.
Yeah, great. We're gonna get our asses kicked. Hopefully not. But hey, West Virginia isn't going in the right direction for
Eh,
alumni like you and I. So
They have the same record as Kansas right now at 9-2.
yeah, and we're not ranked.
Yeah, but hey, that's okay because we do much better when we're under the radar than when we're on the radar.
True. But we're also playing in the fog.
Yeah, that'll be
That
tough.
that's not a fun place
That'll
to
be
play.
tough.
But so I know they asked the question last week, Kevin, and I
Hmm.
know it's been a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Where are you leaning for September?
See, you got to hear the podcast from last week.
Oh, well, I can't. It's not out yet.
I know. Well, I I leaned. I went from like what was I? I think when I was with you, I was like at 15%, 10
No,
to
you said
15.
I think you were at 5% of not going, and then when we fired Brown, you're like, okay, I went up to 10%. I was like, okay, I can take that. I can play with
Yeah.
that.
I think I'm at more like a 25 to 30% chance
Okay.
now going. I think if Cyrus decides to tag along with me, that might move up to 45, 50.
Okay. Well, I can tell
And if
you.
I drag anyone else with me, then that it will increase more possibly.
Okay. What I can tell you is Andrew and I will be there. So will Ashley and Luca.
Lit,
We got our Airbnb. So
fun.
um you definitely need to either make your decision ASAP because every Airbnb that I found, besides the one that I got lucky enough to find, fucking unreal.
Well, me and Cyrus were Airbnb looking up also just to be curious. Some of them would not even fit myself and Cyrus inside the house.
Yeah, the one that I got.
Others are like in the middle of nowhere.
Hmm.
The only thing I've seen is like there might be like a close by hotel that's like at a decent price right now. So worst case scenario, him and I were like, if we go, we like head to win to six overtimes in their bowl
And
game
Pitt lost.
and Pitt lost. Shout out to them.
Woo.
We have Rutgers that is putting up numbers on Kansas State right
Yeah.
now. 41-29. They're running the ball all over them. Shout out to
Holy
Rutgers,
shit.
now back to being a Nike school as of July 2025. So that's
What were
exciting.
they? Under Armour?
They're Adidas.
Ugh.
So they're going to be back to
Gross.
Nike July 2025. They recently announced that. NFL Christmas games breaking numbers records.
I didn't watch a soul of NFL football last night.
So I watched the Steelers play after the Knicks beat Wemby and the Spurs. And
At least
then
who won?
we only had the Ravens Texans games in the background because my sister wanted to watch the Beyonce performance, which was very good. But I wonder if that's going to be a new tradition that they're going to just pump up Netflix as much as possible and just like have Netflix money pay for whatever artist they had because Beyonce even had like Shabuzi come out
And
and Post
Post.
Malone. So I'm like, you already know Netflix money is pumping into that,
They
something that
said they
network TV could do.
to get those two games they paid 150 million bucks
Each game?
for just the two games.
Wow.
That's a lot of money though for two games to put on your network.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But like,
they gotta make sure their live services work because starting January 6th, for wrestling fans like me, Raw is moving to Netflix starting January 6th. So, which is going to be wild because they're cashing out on that also. But I'm excited for that because that means it's pretty much, as Netflix has been no holds barred for all of their shows, that means wonders could happen in the professional wrestling landscape, which I'm excited about.
that's true. I'm just intrigued because I read the Jerry Jones quote and it was, well, whatever day Christmas falls on, they're going to put a football game on it.
They are now, which I
And
think is like
that's
BS because
hmm
it's always been understood we give NFL Thanksgiving and the
yep.
NBA should have Christmas.
Yep.
So,
The NFL and I agree with what DeAndre Hopkins said. He goes, the NFL is all about safety.
mhm.
The Chiefs play three games in 10 days.
Well, that's wild.
They played on Sunday, they played on Wednesday,
Wow.
and then they play not this weekend, but they play the fall next Sunday.
That's
So in
that's wild.
a 10-day period, a 7-day period, they're playing three football games.
That's kind of
How
unprecedented.
that's impressive they can do it, but how dangerous can that be for a playoff contender? Someone
Hmm.
that can go to the Super Bowl. Oh, you know what? Hey, by that third game, I'm not putting, they just locked up the East, the AFC. They're got the first round bye. Honestly, if I'm Andy Reid, yeah, next 2 weeks, I'm letting the guys sit.
I would too.
I'm not
Hey,
going to put,
they did
I'm
their
not putting
thing
them
for
out
the
there.
Netflix. They did their thing on their Netflix special. Cool. Gave them their views. I would sit them too. If they're 15-1 now, why play them?
Yeah, I'm going to go say, Travis, you just tied Gonzalez's record. Go. Mahomes, go chill. Hopkins, every player that's a star on that team or a stud, you're sitting. You're not going out there and touching the ball in the final game because we don't need it. Doesn't matter if we win, doesn't matter if we lose. We're in
Mhm.
the number one seed. You
Yep.
get 3 weeks off, you get to rest.
Oh yeah.
Golden.
Hmm.
So we'll see. Um, my Patriots play at 1 o'clock on Saturday because we suck. Um,
It's so weird. Like all the games, like right now, Seattle's playing right now. I forgot today is Thursday, so
oh
they're on the
shit, it is.
Amazon game.
Seattle and who? Packer? No.
No, Chicago.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know. That's
That's
exactly what I was saying.
yeah, no, I don't need to watch that game. I gave up on fantasy because my team's died in the playoffs, first round of the playoffs. So
I'm so sad in the foosball league. I upset the number one overall seed in
yeah,
Jeff, and then his wife took me down because Debo Samuel decided to actually play that week, which was so irritating. It's always the worst.
damn.
Uh, it's always the worst when it's like you try to go by projections, and then like your
Yep.
gut's telling you should do something else. You try to something else, and it didn't work.
Oh no, I agree with you. It's one of those where you're like, why? Why did I do this?
Yeah.
Like, I'm never gonna. Oh, look, I didn't even know Kenneth Walker was on IR. And he's in my one of my teams that's playing right now. That's fun.
Are you officially eliminated from all your teams now?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm as of last week I was officially eliminated. Currently in a third place game in Michelle's league, so we'll see if I can at least get third. No, I'm fifth place. I'm third place in the foosball league, but I don't think you guys give anything for third place in that league.
No, it's only first and second.
That is absolute trash.
Talk
So
to Jeff, not me. I don't make the rules.
I know it's okay. And the buy-in is small, so I kind of understand why.
Yeah, it's
But
only $20, so
yeah. But yeah, another season of fantasy, another season of heartbreak. and upsetting. But I will walk away with like at least $30 because I won weeks in one of the other leagues that I'm in that gives you a payout whenever you have the highest score. So I should
There you
get like
go.
$20 out of the hundred some odd that I spent. And then I'll be set up in my dynasty next year because I'll have some draft picks and I'll have the high picks because I shit the bed completely.
It's a win-win situation for 2025.
Yeah, so hopefully I don't do anything stupid. I don't have any drastic trade moves that I want to do. I know some people will try and sucker me into doing a drastic trade move, but I'm gonna be much more patient because the big money league is a serious league. I honestly I need to pay attention to it more because I just feel like I keep missing out on moves that I should be doing
Hmm.
because the other guys in there are just
Honed in on it all the time.
dialed in on it like clockwork. Like the minute the waiver wire like hits, they put their claim in or like they bid of them, and I'm like, fuck, I can't even like get anything.
Ugh. Yeah, I've stopped paying attention for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. I might have to downsize the amount of fantasy leagues that I do because it's just like stressful.
Yeah, we're Ashley and I've talked about it. We're probably gonna. I'll probably stay in your t the ones that you and I are in together,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then maybe move on from one of the other two.
Yeah. The my favorite league, the one I gave the payout that was $80, it's like the person who was in charge of it wasn't even interested in doing it again until like me and my buddy like asked like, hey, are you doing this? And then he rounded up a bunch of people. But maybe maybe I just won't say anything. I just won't have his league, and there'll be one less league to focus on.
Yeah, less money to
We'll
spend
see.
too.
Yeah, less money to spend too.
So, well, Kev, I think that's all we got.
That is all we got. So shall I outro us out?
Let's go.
Man, I always forget how to do this because I feel like it's just been so long since I've done them that like I don't remember how it goes. But if I remember it correctly, so outro time. If you want to listen to us, we're on all streaming platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and I believe it is Amazon Play, right? Amazon or Google Play. One
Sure.
of the two of that is where we're at because one of them doesn't exist anymore. If you want to watch us, hopefully you'll see us on the YouTube at the Manly Music's Podcast. If you want to follow us on the Instagrams, Merit at Merit_P, me at Quava624, and also the podcast Instagram that has been inactive because haven't had any time to get any content because life be lifing. But feel free to watch us put up stuff on the story at the Manly Musings Pod, and hopefully for the start of 2025, I will be on it just a little bit more, trying to get some content up there. But um, I think that's everything. If we
I
don't
think
see
so
you,
too.
hopefully you had a great Christmas. Hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully this comes out before the new year. And then if we don't see you, let's have a happy new year. This could be the last podcast recording of 2024 because I don't know if we'll record next week. Maybe we'll record on New Year's Day if you're free or if you're
I've got nothing going on New Year's Day. I'm
because I'm off too. So if anything, worst case scenario, you might hear from us New Year's Day, and you might
yeah.
hear this episode on New Year's Day because the episode might come out New Year's Day. So we'll
Woo.
see. Because Andrew is busy chefing it up. Shout out to you, Drew. Miss you. And I think that's it. I think we
That's
can hit
it.
pause.
I like it.
Happy day, y'all. Peace.
Sweet.